Welcome back. To say it's been a dramatic week at Toronto City Hall is a huge understatement. Controversy swirled around Mayor Rob Ford, and it just didn't let up. Ford announced that he has smoked crack cocaine, and a new video surfaced showing him intoxicated, making violent threats. Despite it all, Ford refused to step down, ignoring the advice of many. Toronto City Council can't fire the mayor, but there may be a way to limit his power. Councillor John Fillion moved a motion that would remove Ford's ability to hire and fire the members of his executive committee. And Councillor John Fillion joins us now here in studio. Thanks for being here with us.
Hi.
So why exactly did you put forward this motion?
It was the only thing that council could do to restrict the powers of the mayor and to try to take control of a situation that is clearly spiraling out of control.
Mm-hmm. Well, would limiting Ford's power do anything to help the wounded image of the city at this point?
Well, that's going to take some time. It's a situation where we have to do what we can do. There's lots of people proposing things that we're unable to do. It's the one thing that we do have the power to do is to take that authority away from him.
Mm-hmm. What difference does that make that he can't hire and fire members of the executive committee?
Well, it's a very powerful tool that the mayor has. In fact, it's the one thing that we brought in about 10 years ago as part of a stronger mayor system. So it would allow him, for example, to fire all of the committee chairs who were calling for him to step aside. The mayor is unpredictable in his behavior, and were he to do that, we could end up with it being very difficult for council to do its work. So we need to, stabilize City Hall, ensure the public that we can go about business as usual. We can't control the mayor's behavior, only he can do that, and we just need to do what we can to safeguard the public.
Councillor, I'm curious to know, what are your constituents telling you? Do they want the mayor to stay, or do they want him to go?
Oh, mostly they want him to go, and people are predictably divided and fairly extreme in their opinions. So you get a small percentage who say, why are you being so mean to Rob Ford? He's the best mayor we've ever had. And you get a much larger number saying, get him out the door tomorrow. And there's not much in the middle, which is the reality of where we are, what we can do and what we should do.
Yeah, that seems very accurate. We've been talking to constituents who live in the Ford brothers ridings, and exactly what you described, very divided, very few in the middle. How would you like to see Rob Ford handle this situation?
Well, I think the mayor has said he's sorry. He said he accepts responsibility. He said it won't happen again. He needs to translate those words into action. So if you accept responsibility, you have to accept there are consequences. And saying it won't happen again, nobody believes. I don't think there's anybody who believes it unless he goes and gets help. So he needs to accept responsibility, take a leave, and when he's ready to, he can come back.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people have complained he's never set out any kind of plan. He's never said what exactly it is that he's going to do, so that speaks to that. I wondered, what kind of scene are you expecting at City Hall tomorrow?
The crazy thing is we just don't know. I mean, nobody knows. I think Rob Ford doesn't know what's going to happen this week. Even the things that he's responsible for, like whether or not he confesses to smoking crack cocaine, that seemed to be on the spur of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so nobody knows what's going to happen next, which is why you have a horde of media camped out there just because something's going to happen.
So the vote on your motion is happening on?
We're not sure. It's a procedural issue. So I've given notice of the motion. It may come to a vote in the next week or so, or it could be not till next month. It really depends on whether council wants to call a special meeting to deal with it.
Well, no doubt we'll be watching, and a lot of people will be watching. We really appreciate your time in coming in.
Thank you.
Toronto City Councillor John Fillion.